Welcome to the podcast. Guess who's back?
Back looking.
Davey's back with a friend. I ain't your friend, mate.
Ain't my friend Plukum.
Was that the dance? Doesn't it?
No.
We made up.
The worst thing is actually doing it in front of the mirror before we came on.
That's not the worst thing.
Welcome to the podcast. This is episode 3, the big 30. That's 30, not necessarily.
Episode 03.
Yeah, 03. And it's episode 3. And welcome.
Yeah, and it's boiling in here.
We're like really, really hot. It's a very hot day in here. And we've got cardboard over the windows.
This homeless guy was wearing his underwear outside his pants.
Over the short window, and it's 24 degrees out there.
It's too hot today.
Because we always have to wear the same uniform each episode.
Not a uniform.
For the outfit. For the continuity. Continental. Continental, yeah.
This program was sponsored by Continental.
Continental.
So this week's episode is...
Out of a ray.
2 sets of nozzles. Which one is it?
I'm wearing everything you own.
Just sit here in the hallway and eat my...
Could I be wearing any more clothes? I think I might be a little too comfortable.
All right.
Commando.
And the moment of joy is upon us.
When are you going to get something? We always put something in here, look, because we've got Simpsons up there, Mario. We would put something in the middle of the table. You're supposed to get some merchandise from friends, right?
Yes, I did. I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, swinging friends or the
A card.
It's a card. It's friends.
I see. I've not seen it, so turn it around. Oh, what? It's got the girls on it, and it. That looks worse quality when it. What's that?
No, mate. That was a photo.
It looks like you've drawn the bodies on.
What you've done here is just a picture of steps and you've just scribbled out the faces of the girls in black ink. Why have you done that?
Photo shoot from 2008 or whenever they did it, and photorealistic. Not that I realised we haven't got any friends merchandise at all, and I bought a card, and then when it arrived, it was only the girls on it. So I had to get a separate card with the boys on it, as you can see there. Yeah.
Why did you have to do that?
Because then we wouldn't have anything to put on the table.
No, not why. Why did you have to put the guys on there?
Because they were in the show, mate. It wouldn't work if it was just 3 of them. That's not... So, friends, yeah.
Well, we're not going to explain how the show works. There's the good, the bad, and the 2 skis. We talk about the best and worst of something each week. And this one's Friends. One very close to our hearts.
Oh.
We actually saw the first episode.
Oh, wait,
Friends.
hello, mate. We can do this thing again. Like it's tired. It's a tired old trope, mate.
What?
Every episode you say, here's an episode of us, here's a picture of us watching the first ever Friends, and it's just a picture of me looking like a goon.
No, but we have actually got a picture of you. We watched it in 1994.
Oh, that one where you went,
and Keeper's Lane.
because I had that blue shirt on.
Yeah, exactly.
That one that Mum got me.
Yeah.
Show them.
Yeah. I thought we would have that one.
But we couldn't do it this time.
I won't do it next time. No, we'll pick something that, no, it's not.
So I've got a few factoids from friends.
Yeah, I was getting the facts.
What?
I thought I was doing the facts.
Do you want to go? He had a go at me last week. Well, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, about saying you didn't do the piece of paper had no facts on it.
Oh, yeah, go for the facts then.
It started in the 90s.
We're riding on the internet.
Don't push me. Push a push pop.
No, wait, that's how specific. But the fact didn't say that. It would have said it started on September the 3rd.
It started in the height of Friends mania in the 90s.
Wow, it went straight into Friends Mania.
So it started in the 90s. It was originally going to be called Maxwell's House.
And with Maxwell House.
I've got a different fact for you.
I got your facts along with.
No, it was originally going to be called Insomnia Cafe.
It was actually originally going to be called Friends Like These.
So why did you say that one then?
Because at first it was me and Maxwell's house, but here's the thing: I read Matthew Perry's book. So
They can't, unless Spotify, they can't see that he nodded.
hey, Spotify, I read Matthew Perry's book. Nod. I read his book, and in it he said, I got a script about this thing called Maxwell's House, but then we heard it was going to be called Friends Like These. And here's the thing, mate. I read books, and I've got a very varied book collection, as you know. I'll put a picture of it. People are probably like around here. Of all my books that I've got, a lot of literature there, isn't it?
I've actually got quite a few books, but the thing about it is he's got no books with any kind of cultural,
I have, mate.
educational,
I've got the actual script.
no intellectual merit to any of them.
I've got a script in Pulp Fiction.
You know, he put on a dating profile once.
Hi, my name's Monroe. You've probably already noticed that I have incredibly blue eyes.
Hi, my name is Phil. Most of my friends call me Big Phil.
Because in your hobbies, etc., you got put what you do. So he put hockey. Never played it before.
I have played it at school. So I have played it though.
Yeah, I know it's not a hobby.
Okay.
Yeah, and in interest, it's like I like to read scripts.
Loser! What did he say? Hello? I said you're a loser.
Yeah, and I do. I've read that script. I've read me and Peter Kay about the nightclub. I've read that script.
Look at that there, bald pool, look. Where have you got these balls from? Off the roof? Yeah? Give 'em a rinse, good as new.
Phoenix Nights. Anyway, it's a lot of different ones. And there's not, literally, somebody said to me, why don't you just get Kindle?
Nowadays, I feel like a kid wouldn't even notice if you they're so busy on the Kindle, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, because what's going to have a Kindle? I get books so you can put them on shelves so people know you read them. If a Kindle, it'd just be sitting in the corner and they'd be like, what's that over there?
Yeah, I know. Einfeld.
This obsession people have with books. They put them in their houses like they're trophies.
Yeah, that's true. I do buy them as trophies. So people know.
They're not first place trophies. They're like what
Participation too.
Yeah. It's like Motley Crue's autobiography.
I know they will have seen from the picture that I put up, mate. So
yeah, no, but it's Spotify, mate.
Oh, yes.
You idiot. It's a podcast.
I've got the Motley Crue. I've got KLF, how the band do.
What novels you got? He's never read a book.
I have. I've got Bieber Towers.
He heard a voice whispering in his head. Go on.
It's a children's book. It's not a novel.
Choose Your Own Adventure. Anyway, yeah, because I've got a book collection. I've also got a box collection.
Oh, what's in the box?
Which I'm pretty proud of. A lot of people they guffaw it. Ha ha ha.
Ah, that's so funny. The last time I heard that, I laughed so hard I fell off my dinosaur. Stop.
Oh, what a nerd. Well, I like a nice box. I do. I like it. You know when you get a Quality Street box at Christmas and then you just like,
it's not a box.
All right, it's a tin. But then and your mum's like, oh, let's throw that away now, David. And I'm secretly like, no, I want it.
You've got no Quality Street tins in there at all.
Now we get, oh yeah, it's a trivia part. I hadn't finished. Actually, I had finished. Yeah, that was the fact. Started in the 90s, Maxwell Tower.
When did it finish? I can't believe I was in university when it finished.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
So.
Oh, there you go. They know now. Could have been 30 years ago, mate.
Can you believe this guy? Anyway, now it's part-time for part-time. No, it's part-time. My work.
No, okay. Yeah, you can't even get part-time.
Stop telling people I haven't got a job, mate. And he's your favourite section.
Well, wait, what about my stuff?
Okay, what are your facts?
Since it's longer now between the end of Friends, I can't remember it.
So you keep it.
No, it's a quick one. I'll bring. He's like this. I'll bring tax this week.
We didn't burn him!
No, there's something like it's longer now between now and the end of Friends than it is from the start of Friends to when the Beatles started.
Yeah, and here's a bit of trivia for you.
Well, you acknowledge my trivia.
I even felt the way that I said it there, condescending. Like I was just like, I want to get.
Yeah, go. Oh wow, can't believe that. Wow, it's fascinating.
Yeah, she put that into context of now. That's like now doing a program about 2004. Actually, it's 2005 because it's 2025 when we're recording this. So put that into your mind.
So what?
Well, what would there be to talk about in 2004? But shout out to all you younglings, the ones born in 2004, because I know that you're.
They're not
watching this, mate. They're
not watching. They're renting it.
I said to a girl, I said to a girl, she goes, "Oh, I was really so drunk the other night." And I said, "Well, what'd you do? Spend the next day just laying in bed watching repeats of Friends?" And she said, "What's Friends?"
Hello? Hello, anybody home? Think, McFly, think.
That's it. Now, Friends is to people what Cheers was to us. But I thought, oh, it's just something the old people watch.
Yeah, I used to.
And then to the Cheers people, that's what MASH was.
Yeah. And to the MASH people, it's whatever happened in the 40s. I Love Lucy, or should it be I Love Lucite?
Joey, you owe $1,100 at I Love Lucite.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Bit ends, yeah, where Joey racks up a big bill, isn't it? On them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you remember any more of them?
Isn't it romantic? we look like we're not smart. We actually do know things about Friends. We used to watch it. Any of you at home, drop a thing in the comments and say if you used to watch it on Sky. It was 9 o'clock Thursday night.
Yeah.
Sky 1.
Yeah. Wasn't it Channel 4?
No, mate, Sky. It was on Sky.
Yeah.
No, it was on Sky. It was like Simpsons. When Simpsons first came out, Sunday at 6 o'clock. One episode. Not loads of episodes. Like
we watched as a family, don't we?
Yeah, we did. We used to do that clappy part at the start. Yeah. It's everybody's favourite part. So I got a letter this week, and it was from, this one's from Michael Caine. You're only supposed to blow the bloody nose on.
Who's that sound like? What's
Michael
his name? Minder. Just Arthur Ashby. That's not his name.
What's his name?
Arthur Lowe.
George Cole. Yeah. Anyway, Michael writes to us and he says, what's the deal, boys? I noticed that the things you have in the background are things that you talked about. What's with that boggling, that thing from like the 1980s?
Hi, I'm a Boglin. Me and my buddies want to be your friend, right, guys? Right.
You never talk about that. And why is it there?
You never talk. We've only done 2 episodes, man.
This guy he's hoping that he'll. And why has it only got one arm? We don't need to talk about why it's got one arm. We're inclusive here.
Yeah, probably can't say that.
We'll cut that out. Yeah, and the thing is, his arm just came off. Not that we're talking about his arm, but anyway, his name's Steve. He's a boglin that I got. We did originally bring him in to where he would give us facts about the thing we were talking about. As you can see, we literally don't hardly have any facts.
We could have done the facts today with him.
I know, but maybe in a future episode. But he's shy. Doesn't like to. Okay, and that's my letter. What's yours?
Well, we asked on Instagram for your
real letters.
Yeah, mine was real as well, Mike. And we asked for your favourite bits, things you like or don't like about Friends. Mr. Tribbiani, you have kidney stones. That's from Brunwolf.
Brunwolf, nice one. I don't know what that is, but that was a good one.
Shelley No Mates.
I don't know what episode that was from.
No, what? No, that's her name. Look at you laughing like it's a funny vocal friend.
Thinking like Joey must have said that.
Love Rachel saying that's a risky little game.
What episode was that from?
When Phoebe fibs about pregnancy test result.
Is that look? I'm going to be honest. I stopped watching it at season 5, so I don't actually know anything after.
So did I.
But we'll get to that when we get to the best.
Yeah, and tenuous, but the Rembrandts had quite a few good songs in their LP.
I would actually listen to their album and see if it's a good shot. I'm not going to do it now.
No, just I don't think you will do it.
No, I will do it because I always listen to really rubbish bands and bad music all the time. And I would, like, you know, they were a bit like Gigolo aunts. You know, where
Dumb and Dumber. That's a great. That was
Game On. I was going to do it. Game On.
Yeah, Game On. That's a forgotten sitcom.
Game On. That's a
good. That's a good thing we should do. Forgotten sitcoms, because no one ever talks about Game On because it's very lad culture. It was like, yeah, and then behaving badly, and that, and then people just
He's very correct in that assumption. Anyway, carry on with the
Fish Beast, who comments quite a lot on.
Oh yeah, thanks Fish Beast.
No, on my videos, not on ours.
No thanks Fish Beast.
The last couple of seasons were pretty crap.
People say to me, how can you sell this for such a low price? I say because it's total crap.
From what I
Correct.
Last 5.
Yeah, I mean, I was at 5. Anyway, please subscribe and like and share because we're just desperate. We're literally desperate. We just need people to like this.
Me, please look at me. I am so pretty. Love me, want me.
So that's and I watched On the Waterfront, and I also watched.
Who cares, mate? Oh, we've got to be friends.
Anyway, Marlon Brando. Here's an impression that he did in Marlon Brando.
Don't come to me, that's what I feel. And what do you do for me? You know my son. You know
That's a tenuous link.
Stop overusing tenuous.
See how we use this tenuous. It's about trying to make out he says big words all the time.
And I must admit, I do that every once in a while. I think of a big word. And if I'm in a conversation with somebody, I'm waiting for the moment I can use the big word, and I'll say it in a kind of posh way.
Like when Joey got word of the day toilet paper.
Look, I don't need you getting all judgmental and condescending and pedantic. Toilet paper?
I remember that one. That was a great episode.
Yeah, because it's like
it was a great episode, supposedly.
Did they go to the zoo? Supposedly.
Yeah, that Vesuvius.
The volcano?
Yeah, and speaking of volcanoes, man, are they a violent igneous rock formation.
It's a good clip.
Okay, so, and okay, let's get to top 5, baby. Okay, so do you want to go first, or?
Yep. Have you got the actual names of the episodes? I'll just put by the bit I remember about them. Do you know what I mean?
I've got the names of the episodes because I actually did no research, so.
It's funnier this way.
Write in the comments if you think that it's funny without actually telling them what the actual episode is.
No, then they'll be like, I wonder what episode that is.
They've all got the same name though, haven't they? The one with.
All right, okay, right.
Okay, your first one.
The one where Eddie moves in.
I've got it on mine now.
Yeah, well, let's discuss it then. That's good.
Yeah, I like that episode because he does that part where, I mean, you want to say about the part of when talking about his shoes.
For Mr. 21 over here, he cleans up $300. Check it out, he buys me these new shoes. Sweet, huh?
Yeah. I like the part where Chandler's like,
There'll be no more watching me sleep. No more watching.
I laughed loads at that part. You weren't in the room that day, but I did laugh at that part.
I was, because we watched it when it was on.
Then you kept looking at me to see if I was laughing. Actually, I did say, we did watch them together. So
I remember being that funny. Well, I bet that's the only bit you remember about it. It is, isn't it?
I remember the part about the shoes, but I knew you were going to talk about the shoes, so I didn't say it.
Hey, Johnny 69 there took me to Las Vegas and got me these shoes.
I gotta listen to people because of you're ordering me out?
I feel like we don't know much about Friends.
No, I honestly do.
What happened in that episode? What were the A and B plots in that episode? What did the girls get up to?
It was probably the one where they're reading that book about finding their womanhood or whatever.
Oh, God. I mean, it's just so, isn't it?
That one. He's got my fire or something, and I'm his lion. That one. Okay, so thanks for that one. That was very good. I put, this is not my number one, but this is one of the first ones that came up on IMDb. Not that I looked on there to rhyme myself.
Oh, that's what you've done.
No, I haven't, mate. Because I actually put down a little couple of points about each one because I could remember them. The one where everybody finds out.
You? And you?
That's on my list, you idiot.
Well, we never know each other's lists, but that's the good thing. That means we have a wealth of knowledge to talk about it.
Yeah.
The one where everybody else finds out is the one where
you're going to say Crystal Duck, aren't you?
No, but we think about the same episode.
What the hell was that?
We don't think about the same episode, mate. Mine hasn't got a Crystal Duck in it.
That's the one where they found out.
No, it's the one that they find where they find out is the one where they find out about Monica and Chandler. Thank you. And I was going to say the part of it doesn't lose research. I'm just going to say the part of when Phoebe's like,
When you say things like that, it makes me want to rip that sweater vest right off.
that's a funny part. Yeah, and they don't know.
That we know that they know.
Oh, they know.
That's good writing. That's when it was good writing.
Yeah, that was like on the cusp as well. It was just because that's like season 5. So that's when it started to go bad.
Yeah. Well, what I've always believed is this. For me, that was the end. Like, at the end, when Chandler and Monica get together, we'll go back. We'll go into more detail in the bad.
Yeah.
But that for me was the end of Friends. So I never watched it again. I mean, I'm saying, so obviously I have watched it again because we wouldn't be talking about it in like other ones if we never watched it again. But I didn't watch it as in like, copying the latest trends or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, we'll save it for the bad.
Do you like this one? The one with the prom video.
Him,
Mr. Carter.
Was it Cartel?
I don't know.
Was it Carto?
Yeah, well, I don't know, because I've always wondered what that was. I even looked on Google to see what it was. Mr. Carto, what does that even mean?
This is Mr. Carter. Oh, Mr. Cotter.
Oh, is that like that John Travolta program?
No.
Anyway, your next one
was when Chandler got locked in that office.
Yeah, like it was a vestibule.
No. That was a good episode as well. I mean, the one where he was seeing that woman and then she chained him up to the locker.
Yeah, and when then Rachel came in.
Yeah.
And he had to take handcuffs off him or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, what was the funny part?
That I just told you. Would you please just...
No. My next one is the one with Mr. Heckles. I always loved that episode. Where Mr. because it had like a poignant moment at the end where they're all like, Chandler's like, I'm not going to be like Mr. Heckles, am I? And they're like,
well, your name no poignant. You don't even like emotional parts in sitcoms.
No, but I liked it in that because it showed.
Well, we'll keep it down, Mr. Heckles.
Yes.
Goodbye, Mr. Heckles. We'll try to keep it down.
He gets some self-indulgent tripe.
That was like a moment where I was just like...
It's a comedy, mate.
Just, I like the way...
Name the funny part.
I bet you thought it was funny when Joey went and danced with that fat guy. Like, learned dancing. That was the guy. That morbidly not normal weight guy. When you dance with him, and I bet you thought that was poignant.
It's not poignant. It wasn't very funny, but I didn't pick it my best up. You name a funny part then.
This is the funny part when he goes round to the apartment and Chandler goes out somewhere and just leaves the door open. Mr. Heckles goes in, and then the guy this random guy comes round to become his new roommate. He goes to the door, and Mr. Heckles opens the door, and he's like,
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm going to be Chandler's new roommate.
I'm Chandler's new roommate.
and then the guy's like, okay, and then he leaves. If you see it on screen, it's funny on screen.
It sounds boring though, when you're reciting.
What do you mean it sounds boring? You saw that clip and you laughed at it. I remember you took me to one side after it and said, I really like that. We used to make notes on them. Okay, that was mine. What's your next one?
Ben Stiller episode.
The Ben Stiller episode that's gold, was there? A lot of coffee.
Yeah.
You spill hot coffee all over me, huh? What are you, just a big, dumb, stupid, doofy idiot with a doofy idiot hairdo?
Because you're sitting in our seats, but I think it's just. Oh yeah, he would know.
Usher must be right. What with all the training they go through? Get out!
With all his years' experience. You're the idiot.
From with the duck thing as well.
Do the duty in my hand.
Do the duty in my hand.
Step away from the duck.
I really would have said, did a in my hand.
You don't know him. Well, that's very relatable humour, though. You know, and then he comes in and he's like,
But the hot, freshly cut
grass on a hot summer's day.
That was another great episode.
Yeah, and that'll get us into the next section.
No, mate, because you haven't finished yet. I've got one more.
All right. But you didn't save that one to last.
The one with Chandler and the blocks.
Yeah.
That's a good episode when he cheats on Joey's girlfriend. And
good memory.
Yeah, my favourite part in it is when he's like, I know I was out of line. He's like,
Over the line? You're so far past the line that you can't even see the line. The line is a dot to you.
I remember saying that's not a good line.
You probably said that to somebody else, because I actually remember thinking, like, wow, what a good line.
I look over him, he wasn't laughing.
I was laughing, mate.
The line is a dot to you.
You're probably like, you need to stop.
The Q-tip when there's resistance.
He said that was his funniest line.
They call the big one
Baby.
same line.
Because it was like, he talked about it on something and said that was the best line. And I used to think, because in the UK, we call a Q-tip a earbud. We don't call it a Q-tip. So when he goes, you need to stop the Q-tip when there's resistance.
Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once.
I thought he meant like the Q, when people read off like electric cue cards. I used to think, how would he know there's going to be resistance? That's electricity from.
I did think it was electricity.
Well, it's funny how he says it just after I just said it, isn't it? He says, I did think that. Well, actually, I thought it. That's why I brought it up, mate. Bad start.
Bad start, 52 minutes in.
Yeah, but look, when you tell people it's 52 minutes, mate.
Oh, yeah, but 20 minutes in.
Yeah, because then they'll think, wow, they've got a lot of crap material they don't put in their episodes.
Yeah, we're like...
Last time you're like, hour and a half, mate, that's long enough.
We're probably like 12 minutes into the edit now.
Probably like 1 minute.
I know. Yeah, you're still telling your letter story.
The printer story.
Yeah.
So, that's the...
my final one.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, that was a more.
He does this every week. He lets it down, but at the end he builds it up. Oh, here's the final one, and then just doesn't even have one to do it.
No, I did have one. It was the flashback episode.
Oh, I know, brother. Why have I got that guitar in the background? Well, thanks for asking why I've got it there.
Why have you got it there? And why have you got a pick here as well?
Call it a plectrum, mate. Pick, yeah. Shall we send you a pick? I'll cut that out. And that part won't be in it.
That part.
Anyway,
we can beat it. So I brought this in.
Where I'm sitting, I have to hold it like one of the 1950s.
Yeah, you're like Paul McCartney.
I am. I've got the talent of Paul McCartney as well.
Yeah. The age.
Why has he got a guitar? What's that got to do with Friends? Well, maybe it's about a little song called this. Smelly cat, smelly cat.
What are they feeding you?
Smelly cat, smelly cat. Okay. Oh, I was watching this documentary about this guy who killed his wife, right? And he phones up when he finds his wife dead, and he goes, my wife, she's dead. And then the guy on the phone's like, how do you know? And he's like, I'm a doctor. And the guy's like, oh, well, how do you know she's dead? And he's like, because I'm a dentist.
Those aren't matzo balls.
So I'm like, not a doctor, mate. You're a dentist. There's a difference. Like, it's like, has she got a cavity?
You don't have to be a doctor to know if someone's dead.
Yeah, but he was trying to make out like, I'm like, what? She hasn't got a heartbeat in her teeth, mate.
Like, you actually, you get a pulse going through your gums.
Why'd you have to spoil it every time? Like, but one thing that you can't find on YouTube anymore. Michael Barrymore doing I'll Be Missing You. And then you can find that everybody, because we did it our last episode, and I really wanted to do that part. It's like, oh my god. We're back. I wanted to do Michael Barrymore, but I thought not a lot of people would get it's Michael Barrymore. He's not famous anymore.
He is. He's got millions of TikTok followers now.
But he's not famous for doing Strike It Lucky anymore.
No, he's more famous now than he was then.
He was always just there in the audience, like the necking old lady. Go. The top 5, and it's not top 5, it's 5. It's the
bottom 5.
The bottom, yeah, it's not even bottom 5.
Yeah.
We can think of a lot of bad ones, but we can't. Usually, when we try and think of the bad ones about something, it means that we're not watching it anymore. So we don't even know what the bad ones are. The bad is that Friends went bad. All the characters became exaggerated. Like Ross used to come into when Ross used to come into the room, he used to come in like this in the early seasons. Hi everyone. And then later seasons he was like, hey, hi everyone.
He got a lot of good ones. Well, I know what you mean. He just became very shouty.
Very shouty.
No, I'll say the character and you say what they become.
Right.
Monica.
She became very, like, pernickety.
Yeah, and like obsessed about cleaning all the time. That was all.
Maybe I'll stay here and practice the art of seduction.
You're going to put sweats on and clean, aren't you?
It's going to be so hot.
The good thing about early Friends was it was just a load of young people. The boys with the boys and the girls with the girls. It was like all them, like when they got free. I can't say. I said it by accident, but anyway. Then they got free.
It was like finding money. Like finding money with naked people on it.
And it was like, that was a great episode because they were two blokes messing around together and getting ducks and all that kind of stuff. And that was good. And then they can like Joey throwing pizza on the floor, like, it's Joey's place.
Bitch, hey, it's fine. You're at Joey's.
It becomes all about them having relationships. Another show that we watch is Seinfeld, and that's a bit of a strange one for the UK because you either love it or hate it in the UK. Not a lot of people like it, but we like it.
Just remember, it's not a lie if you believe it.
And that show was all about the TV execs always wanted them to get together and have relationships, and they never did that. They always played against that, and that's what made the show so strong. And it ended on like what we think was a high, but
and it means you can watch any episode, and you don't have to know where you are. Yeah, because they're each their own self-contained thing.
One of the main problems with Friends is the same problem with The Simpsons. Shows go on too long. It's like they hit a point where they're just so good. The only way is down.
Yeah,
it's hard to get those kind of shows that are out at the right time. You know, like The Office went out at the right time.
Look at when I tell you what the complaint is. I think there's been a up there.
Yeah. So I ain't got anything else. So.
See you later.
No, wait, no. End like that. I do a better goodbye. Yeah. Well, what we do next episode?
Welcome to Con Air.
I can't wait for that. And on that note, we'll see you for the next episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Two Skis. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.